On MSNSportsNet.com, we welcome you to the East Region semifinals. Tony Caridi along with Jay Jacobs on MSNSportsNet.com. The Mountaineers going through their workout here at the Carrier Dome in anticipation of tomorrow night's matchup against the Washington Huskies. Jay, this is a familiar building for the Mountaineers. They have not had a whole lot of success here, but I think there is some familiarity and some comfort when you come into this arena. It's a Big East Conference home.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony, you haven't won here since 1996. That's a little scary. It goes all the way back to Selden Jefferson. You people remember that. So a lot of line up here, and one of my keys for tomorrow night is dome shooting.
Yeah, and it's a difficult place. As you can see, I mean, it's a wide open area, the most unusual or unique place that the team has shot at this year. Now, that could also be a benefit to West Virginia in that the Mountaineers' bread and butter is the defensive side of the ball, and Washington likes to get it up and down the floor. They like to score about 80 points per game. How big of a role do you think that will play for Washington coming in here for the first time? And in addition to that, Jay, having to come across the country to play the game.
Well, that's a big thing. And you walk in here, it's mind-boggling, Tony. You know that. We've been up here and worked a lot of games up here. But I think one of the things that's going to happen will be on the defensive side of the ball. With Truck Bryant out of the game, what will Washington do? Will they go ahead and go helter-skelter all over the place? Marquette, they had 23 fast break points against Marquette, the most this year. But I have a funny feeling, I really do, that Washington, without Truck Bryant and lineup for West Virginia, just might pack it inside.
And we'll find out. Now, as you might imagine, Truck Bryant's name was front and center during the press conferences earlier today. Let's check in with both the West Virginia and the Washington side from today's press conferences.
It's a tough injury. Actually, I really don't know how it happened. I mean, my foot was hurting for a couple of days, and I didn't take it that serious. I didn't think it was that serious. But I just had switched shoes at halftime during the Missouri game. Then I started to notice that my foot was hurting. So then yesterday, I had just backed up. I didn't even make a movement really. I just backed up, backpedaled, and I just felt my foot pop. And I'm like, it's bad. I need an X-ray. So I just went to the doctor, and they just said I broke my fifth metatarsal.
Well, the first thought when anything like that happens is you feel bad for the young man who has an opportunity to help lead his team maybe to a national championship. And then something like this happens. It's not something you wish on anyone. We are aware, though, that they still have a very good basketball team and that there are a lot of components that make up their group. They're missing a guy that they've been counting on all year, but at the same time, they are still very good.
Bob, I think everybody's assuming that Joe Mazzulla starts. Is that true, or do you go back to your 5 forwards back in December and try to save him because he's probably not going to go 25 or 40 minutes?
Well, I think he could go. I don't know if he can go 40, but I think he can go 35. I don't know yet, Dave. To be honest with you, we're still trying to figure out which is the best direction to go.
They're scoring 80 points a game and shooting a high percentage. You guys don't score quite as many points, shoot as high percentage, and probably a better defensive reputation. Does one matter more than the other since you're both playing tomorrow?
Well, hopefully ours matters more, Mike. I don't know. I mean, I think we're capable of scoring points. Obviously, we've done it when the tempo of the game was dictated that. We're just going to try to continue to do the things that we do well.
So, imposing your will on the other side, that's really what it comes down to for West Virginia. Jay, you take a look at the results for Washington this season. If you can hold them into the 60s, you've got a really good chance to win the basketball game. Can they do it?
Yeah, I think they can do it. I think it all comes down, can you guard in the half court, Tony? Are you going to be able to come after him and switch defenses? 2 players that make this team better both come off the bench. That's Horton, and the other player is Turner. If those those guys are really good. You got to find them when they come into the game. They make Washington better.
Yeah, they do. And Bob Huggins said during his preseason, or I should say his press conference earlier today, that he considers Washington the best transition team that he's seen all season, maybe the best in the entire country. Should be an interesting game. We invite you to join us on MSN Radio. We'll have all the play-by-play action as West Virginia looks to advance on to the Elite Eight. Along with Jay Jacobs, I'm Tony Caridi here from Syracuse on MSNSportsNet.com.